Welcome back, guys and girls. We're going to be doing a little bit more Warhammer Fantasy roleplay today. I think we're on episode 17 or so. We're really cracking along now. So a little shout out first. We're using the Foundry software for Warhammer Fantasy, so things are going to be looking a little bit different today. You're going to have to bear with us if there's a couple of, let's say, hiccups to get used to along the way, but overall, I couldn't be happier with the software. I'm going to do a separate video on that, talking about why. Still got Sirenscape doing the audio in the background, and I think we'll do a brief summary. Do you guys want me to do a brief summary of the last session for you?
Yes, please.
No worries. So we started off the second half of the last session, in terms of the YouTube videos at least, with you guys down in the ruins having just slain a few river trolls, or slightly diseased looking manky trolls to be honest. While down there investigating the water problem within the waters had turned into more of a murky swamp, you'd found a skeleton with a ring, and its hand just dabbled gently into the water, or muck. Having pulled that out, the water instantly started to clear, and after a little bit of snooping around, it was discovered that this ring perhaps and most likely belonged to a necromancer some time ago, and you don't know much else about it other than the fact it's used to transfer diseases onto individuals. You don't know exactly how that works, but it's pretty nasty, so it's now in a lead box, which you got once you were back up top. You also had some company heading back, the Morgrim the Slayer, Morgrim Oathbreaker, as well as his friend, his ogre companion Brutus, and the two of them met you down there and basically escorted you back up, making the journey somewhat safer, with the ogre simply just shouting at anything that poked its head around a corner, sending it scurrying in the opposite direction. After you were back up, a little trip to the temple to do a little bit of healing. A couple of you got your ankles seen to with some temporary splints, just so you could run again. You have a few ointments for one character, I believe. Was that Rogel or Oled that got the... or both of you? I think it was both. I think you got some cough medicine.
Yeah, I think both.
Yeah, both of you got some cough medicine. Hilga was particularly concerned for both of your health, but reportedly Shauna was looking fine. Some armour was returned to Sanarak Dronaz, who was particularly happy to see this again, presumably something that belonged to his father or a family member, but either way, very indebted to the group, offers them a place to stay. And I think it was at this point the group decided to go and investigate the mine that had been closed, to try and figure out why exactly Elise was just simply not being allowed entry, or rather why Thulgrim Ironaxe, the Thane of this district, would simply refuse to open it. So Elise has asked the group to investigate, and Sanarak has stayed out of matters, but the group are now finding themselves within a mine shaft, which, so that having investigated it, they have found some dead bodies. They appear to be human adventurers or explorers having some mining equipment which is eerily familiar to the group and similar to what you were given before you went down into the ruins. Moments after discovering this, there was a slight noise coming from behind you, and you heard the shoutings of a dwarf shouting, "Who goes there?" On that note, I think what we'll do is load up the appropriate map for this. Now, once I load you on here, I'd ask no one move for now, because we need to RP what you guys are actually up to. So if you go to the mine ambush, you guys have all moved over, brilliant. So each token basically has its own line of sight, for me anyway, this is just for the audience. So when I click each token, I can see what it sees. Individuals are shown or hidden depending on lighting available. So just for you guys playing as well, if Grim goes moving to the side here, then Rogel can no longer see him. He's no longer within a light source. So we have line of sight. Oleg, you currently have your storm lantern set right the way down. There is a very dim light up above you guys right now. You have just heard a dwarf shouting in your direction, "Who goes there?" What are you guys going to do?
Guys, do we make a run for it? Try to go deeper into the mines? Or do we fight them?
I thought this was a dead end.
Bruder, shine your lantern. Is it a dead end?
I shine my lantern.
There are 3 tunnels available to you that you have spotted. Inside one of them, which was a dead end, and there were some human components and body parts within a crate. The other 2 have not been explored yet, and as you are quickly discussing this, you can hear that the dwarfs are walking toward you, and each of them seems to have a little bit of light to them, holding up or perhaps even having a candle attached to their helmet.
Okay. Bruder, sniff your light out, and let's run for it now. And I start running towards tunnel number 3.
Our lantern gets shuttered, and Oleg just grabs Rogel by the back of the neck and chases after Grimfold.
Okay. And we're just going to see what the others are able to do. So you would see in front of you inside this tunnel that you're discussing heading within, there's no light within there. It is pitch black.
How much light would a candle provide in this situation?
Enough for Rogel or Oleg to lead the way.
Okay, I light up my candle.
The storm lantern is turned pretty far down dim at the moment, so it's brighter than a candle, but it's up to you. What are you guys going to be up to?
Well, let's keep the lantern going on at really low.
Okay. Right. You guys are free to move. They are moving up, so you guys are free to move in any direction you please. Are you going top left or right-hand side tunnel?
Tunnel number 3, so I guess top right side. That's where we're
top
closest
right,
to.
Inside there. Okay. So you quickly move, and you can hear by now the pace behind you has picked up a little bit. Hey, they went this way. And you can hear the clanging of metal and thick, heavy boots meeting against the floor. They seem to be moving pretty slowly, but the group push down toward a very steep decline. It looks like a mine shaft, perhaps even that things would be thrown down or perhaps even dragged up by a rope. It goes down at about a 35-degree angle to begin with and then down further. It's just about wide enough for each of you to go side by side. Mm-hmm. First 10 meters go by. The floor gets a little bit slippery. It's starting to get a little bit on the steep side, but it's up to you guys if you want to pursue or if you want to hide and cross your fingers.
Let's just hide here for now, and if they come for us and if they start attacking, we just drop down and go, ah!
Okay.
Is everybody okay with hiding?
Yeah.
Yes.
I can hide.
Okay, so you quickly snuff your light out, I assume.
Mm-hmm.
Let everything go dark. Cross your fingers. Let's have a stealth test from each of you with plus 30, because all you need to do is just not make any noise.
That's very hard for Shauna.
Yes. You are in a slippery slope, though. It's not necessarily easy to hold your footing, so decent go from Grim.
How do I add plus 30?
In modifier.
Yeah.
Top left.
Yep.
Perfect. So
the
rest of them had enough successes
individual?
that you're fine.
Yeah, okay.
With a plus 7 from Rogel, he notices Shauna starting to lose her footing and quickly secures her against the wall, putting his hand over your mouth as you nearly let out a gasp. Wait for 10-15 seconds. You can hear movements. And they're going to decide which tunnel you went down. Top left is 1, 2 and 3. You went in 2. You can hear...
No, we went in 3, I thought.
Yeah,
and 3 in the top right.
Yeah, in the top right is number 2. Bottom right is number 3. Either way, all that happens if you hear some footsteps and a sort of an echoing sound that makes it painfully obvious that someone is heading down your tunnel. What are you going to do?
Remain here quietly, I guess.
Yeah.
You can see light peering from round the corner, which you've just moved down. It's apparent that someone is moving toward you. Footsteps. Sound of clanking metal as well. This person sounds pretty thickly armoured.
Can I try and whisper to Rogel to try and cause a distraction with his mumbo-jumbo at the underside of the tunnel?
With my mumbo-jumbo, I don't really think I have any mumbo-jumbo that will help this situation.
Don't you have some bullshit voice thing?
I can put some armor on myself because we're about to fight.
No, but didn't you have a thing where you can...
As you were discussing this, A dwarf appears from round the corner holding a axe in one hand, a shield in the other, a thick, dark brown, greyish beard. Looks a fairly sturdy creature, heavily armoured. Chainmail, perhaps even some plate as well. Candle above his head, he locks eyes with you. What are you doing here? I got them! They're in here!
Hello, yeah, we are here because, you see, we came in from delving and we ended up here somehow, and if you could show us where the exit is, we would appreciate it because we are very tired and hungry.
Can I try and blather getting out of this situation?
You can use Blather to stun him for a round. You can use Charm to try and persuade him. Rogel, roll me a nose for trouble.
Nose for trouble. That would be my intuition, right? I gotta find out what my skill is.
How do I roll so badly?
It's a talent, I believe. So, but yes, it's an intuition check.
Yeah.
Right, Rogel. You can see the look on his face as he says, "Sure, back out here with me. We'll work you out." You don't trust him.
Guys, do we make the challenge?
Come on then.
Yeah, charge.
You're going to move towards him.
I don't trust him.
Mm-hmm.
He's currently dragging his grabbed 1, 2, 3, 4.
Screw it. I'm going to cast etheric armor on myself before this all goes down.
He's grabbed Shauna by the arm right now and is trying to pull you out.
Hey, let go of me.
He's doing so with his shield arm, axe in the other, pretty much ready to go. Come on, I said move.
I can move by myself, thank you very much.
Go on then. Do you follow to the exit?
I guess.
Walk very slowly, I guess, carefully.
Okay.
Keeping pace with Shauna.
Yeah, keeping pace with Shauna.
He lets you move past him to the point where he's now behind each of you and moves you to the back. As you arrive outside, there are 2 other dwarfs here. Oleg, can you roll me a Sixth Sense?
Absolutely.
You can roll it to me if you prefer. You can do it as a hidden roll.
Okay, intuition test.
I could have rolled it for you, but I feel like
I
it's...
need to make an intuition test, I guess. Right?
Yeah, and if you go down the bottom and roll it to the GM, do it as a blind test. It makes it more stressful if you don't know what the result was.
Result is a +1.
You've had this feeling a few times, Oleg. You're not particularly comfortable with this situation, and your stomach is starting to churn a little bit. Right, march out. The dwarf pushes you in the direction outside. So basically trying to lead you out.
What's wrong?
Rogel's gonna cast drop on the dwarf holding Sienna.
He's not holding me anymore.
He's not holding her arm anymore, but if you start saying language magic, we're rolling initiative because you have to say something out loud to roll that.
Yeah, Oleg is going to just
if he's not holding
lash
her.
out.
You're going to lash out.
Yep.
Okay, so we're going ham.
So we're going ham. Let's do it.
You're going ham.
Yeah,
okay.
let's do it. Yeah, fuck it. Let's do it.
As soon as he gets that tingle in his belly, it's like Bog Octo all over again.
Right.
Oh,
Everyone
God.
is on here.
It's hammer time, man.
Combat, I guess, it will do what it says on the tin. There we go. Grimmy, it's you to go first. You see the dwarf starting to shove your brother.
So we are currently outside.
Yeah, you are now basically where you are on the screen.
So we're outside. We're not going to use the map for combat, right?
Yeah, we're using the map for combat.
So this is
You're
the
not
situation
outside the
right
mine shaft yet. You just came out of the hole.
Okay, so this is the situation right now.
Everyone is where you are standing. One of them has just pushed you all out from behind, having allowed you to move through and sort of as you were heading outside of the cave. As you all walked outside, you were greeted by two others there with shield and axe in hand, ready to receive you. The group has tried to insist that you leave, but seeing one of them starting to shove your brother with the hilt of your axe, you make a move.
Okay. Brother, it is time to show these very rude dwarves how we do it in Bogenhafen. And I'm going to smack the one that we're currently outnumbering 2-1 in front of me.
Okay. Able to act faster than him, you quickly draw your weapon and make a strike towards him.
The bonuses would be plus
you
20.
You do technically outnumber, so I would give you plus 20 for this. No charge bonus, but a simple plus 20.
Yeah, plus 20. Let's go.
What?
I'm gonna re-roll.
-2. Well, why don't we let him roll first? Because so he's rolling melee basic public roll. -1. He is rocking a shield as well in one hand, so it will be -1 to your SL.
Yes, I'm gonna re-roll.
Okay.
There we go.
+3, taken to a +2 because of his. So you won by 3. So what's your damage +3?
+8.
Plus 8.
That would be 11.
Right, 11, and that is
Noggin.
Yeah, to the noggin.
Okay. You managed to land a blow on him. It definitely hurts. But your blade or hammer, what are you using at the moment?
The hammer.
It meets with chainmail, and even though you strike him pretty hard in the side, of the head, it seems to pretty much bounce off. Definitely landed some damage. You now have yourself an initiative, but he's not best pleased with you. And this looks pretty hearty still. Right, Oleg, it's you to go.
Okay. Oleg is going to let out just a warble. He's not feeling too right.
Okay.
And he's going to take a swing at the dwarf that's next to him.
Okay. You're there with Rogel. You get a +20 for this.
Okay.
Ooh, a help.
He's got 2 of you to try and keep an eye on currently, so even though it's not really in combat, yeah, it's fine. Right, what are we looking at? We're looking at +1 for you, +4 from him, so that's a pretty decent parry. And you'll get a -1 as well. Are you going to bother with a reroll, or are you going to keep that?
Where is that? Oh, here it is. You know what? I'll re-roll it.
Sure. You've got effectively a +5 to beat.
I guess this is the episode we die.
Still the modifier of 20, right?
Still the modifier of 20, yeah.
+4.
Very
Yikes.
close. The only thing that prevents you from striking is a last-second flinch of his shield, and he quickly raises it up to, well, still 1 advantage from you, successfully deflecting the blow. Nearly. Very, very close. Right, we now have Rogel to go. Rogel, what are you up to?
Well, let's do this. I'm going to go ahead and, I'm gonna dart him. Yeah, it's a good call. I'm gonna dart the one that OLED just hit.
Okay. Quickly start mumbling a few words, shifting your hands around, signing the winds of magic.
I don't believe there's no modifier,
No
right?
mods at the moment. This place is...
I don't get outnumbering with magic.
I'm
so
afraid
no.
not.
You
2
can do it.
overcasts, though. So that's 5.
Well, I hit all 3 of them then.
Hit all 3 of them with 5 plus your willpower bonus, which is 7, correct?
Willpower bonus is 6.
6. So we're hitting for 11 damage to all of them, which is not too bad. Let's bring up their toughness, which is 4. Okay.
In the left leg, apparently.
Nice. Okay. 1 takes a decent hit. 2 takes a decent hit. All of them seem pretty roughed up by this. They look in a bad way. The one that you strike, OLED... Sorry, not OLED. Rogel. As the dart makes contact with him, He holds his ground pretty stern. The dart goes straight through his armour, but you don't even see him flinch. In terms of game mechanics, what this represents is someone that is drilled. He has not lost his advantage.
Oh shoot!
Oh no, he's not next to an ally. He did lose his advantage. He's looking pretty bad. Actually, not as bad as I had typed in. There we go. That's a bit. Apologies, I hadn't done the maths right there. I had typed in the wrong number. Right, you've gained yourself one advantage, and
Insert.
yep, it is Shauna to go.
Me. I'm gonna attack the guy that's in front of me and TP.
Okay,
And me, sorry.
plus 20 to hit.
Yeah. I forgot how to roll. Plus 20.
Plus 20 to hit.
Yeah.
Oof. Oof.
What have we got? Plus 5. Nice,
plus 5.
nice. Okay, so
Plus
he's going to
7
try and
damage.
he's going to try and parry
yeah.
that.
Okay.
Minus 2. Nice. So you won by 7. So what's your overall?
Plus 7 plus 5, that's 12.
She only won by 6.
6. Is it 6? Yeah, shield.
13.
Yeah.
Because it would be plus 1 SL for him.
Yeah,
So that would be 11. If we're counting the
13.
shield. That'd be 11 minus 2 minus his
Okay.
toughness and
yeah. Okay.
his
4.
Martina, what's your damage?
7.
7 plus 6.
He looks
13.
really hurt. That
That's
was
13
a nasty
damage.
blow. Yeah, don't worry, I've done it. That's good.
Okay.
You managed to strike pretty true with your blade, and despite the fact he's got some thick chainmail on in front of you, you connect a decent blow with him. He looks pretty roughed up by that. Now, what can we see from there? Okay. There's a few moments of silence in between these blows, and 1, 2, I'm just doing a quick little bit of maths. Okay.
Ooh.
Out from nowhere, a bolt meets with your left leg, Shauna. Actually, he did aim. So a crossbow bolt comes out of the shadow, straight hurtling towards you. 9 damage to your leg. Mitigated by toughness and armor, obviously.
9 damage.
Yep.
Ew.
He took the penalties to shoot into combat as well.
My left leg is 2.
2 plus
7
3,
damage.
so 5 in total. Your toughness and your armor, so you've got 5 in total because
So-
the shield won't apply because you didn't know the attack was coming.
Yeah. So minus 4 damage.
Yep. So basically, you have to do the maths yourself and type in 14. You can't put minus 4 in this system. Right.
God damn it.
And that does, unfortunately, remove your advantage. Next go, as soon as my Steam pop-up has disappeared, to exit out of that quick. There we go. We are on Dwarf. Right, this guy only has a 2-yard closing distance, so he's not able to charge, but he is going to step forward towards Oleg, and he's going to take a swing. Now, at this point, I would class this as they're not going to get an advantage for charging or even for outnumbering, unfortunately, because the amount of you that there are, but he is going to take a swing using a one-handed axe towards you, Oleg. That is a +1 in total. Are you going to parry or melee defense or?
I'm going to melee defense with my boat hook,
Okay.
just in case. I could parry. Damn it!
Let's go with the
If I-
crits.
If I crit with the boat hook, I might do something though. So
Crit with the boat hook. You can
boat
do it.
hook it is. No modifiers, correct?
No mods, I believe.
Okay.
Yep.
Oh no!
Okay. He manages to hit you. Oh no! Wait, you've got a shield, so it's actually +1.
I do. I do.
But it's a tiebreaker. He's got 1 more weapon skill than your parry. That's a hit. Basically, because he's got the lower target No, you've got the higher target, sorry. You won that just by 1 point. By 1 point.
Ooh.
So his axe comes crashing down. You raise your shield up towards your head. It meets and you hear and feel a heavy thud as your arm is just shunted towards you, but absorbs the blow and the axe and shield meet for a glorious whack. Right. Good job. You get an advantage for that.
Ooh.
Well done.
I forgot about the shield plus 1 SL for that. Too.
Yeah, that saved you bacon. It was the tiebreaker that was basically, there was 1 in it. Right, one dwarf is going to take a swing, having just been attacked by Shauna and seeing a bolt go into her. He's going to strike back in return, and no outnumbering here, so he is going to simply roll a flat test against you. Oof.
Oof. Okay.
And
what do I roll?
you can roll a
skill?
weapon skill to try and... You can either roll parry if you want to try and absorb it with the armour of the shield as well, or you can do basic weapon skill, which you might have more points in.
Basic weapon skills. Where would that be in
You
skills?
just rolled your hand weapon, basically. You just click on your
Yeah.
hand weapon.
Yeah. I'm gonna click on my hand weapon because that's a bigger number.
Yep, sure.
I didn't have any bonuses.
No,
I'm gonna reroll.
You don't get any
I'm gonna
bonuses.
reroll.
That's
I'm
gonna hurt.
reroll.
Okay.
I'm gonna reroll.
You're gonna reroll. Gonna
Yeah,
reroll.
of course.
That's better. That's better. He's
Yeah.
still... You have a shield, actually,
Yeah.
but he has the higher
But
value.
I'm saying,
So you
I'm
have a
also
shield, so your
using-
SL is effectively... Well, his SL is reduced to 3, so you're 3 against 3, but he has a higher target than you do, so he still wins the test just, meaning you take 8 damage, which will be mitigated.
minus-
That's on your body. No, not sorry, not your body. That is yeah, on your body.
Oh yeah, body.
That
yeah.
is on your body. So you don't get the bonus of the all of the armor. So you get the no shield, but you get the armor and toughness. So 4, 5, 6. So basically, you took 2 damage.
okay.
Not bad going, really. And he's going to take himself 1 advantage. Right, next dwarf is going to go. Last one. He's going to, having seen someone just try and cast a spell in his direction, he's not particularly pleased with that. Seeing a dart fly into his chest, he is now going to strike. Seeing he's got a compadre to help with Oleg, he's going to strike against Rogel. And he is going to use, again, a fairly sort of robust-looking hand axe, and a pretty bad hit. Let's have a weapon skill or a dodge from you. If you're
1
using
second.
weapon skill, it's minus 20.
1 second. I just realized my dodge isn't right for some reason.
Okay.
Oh.
I may have missed your dodge. Do you need a dodge added quickly?
Yeah, hold on. I can do it. I just need to find the what my value was for it.
Have you added it in? Or oh yeah, it is there. Well, it should be fairly easy to dodge. You got minus
Yes.
4, so unless you fumble... Oh wow, he got an impressive failure. It's not a fumble quite, but it's pretty bad.
Yeah, I had a +5 on dodge.
Okay. Dodge
I was
away,
wondering
sweet gnome.
why it wasn't over 50.
Fair enough, fair enough. You don't want to miss that +5 for this. That may end up saving you. Okay. Not a great attempt to dodge, but fortunately trying to swing over the rocks by his side, his blow still goes wide, slamming down into the wall beside you. Managed to miss, you managed to win the test, and you would have had a +1 from advantage, but fortunately the sheet's so awesome it does it automatically. So, a successful dodge from you.
Yay!
Now, you're not going to like me very much. Out of the darkness, coming whizzing over your head, Shauna, is another bolt. This one, though, goes slightly wide, missing its mark. You are okay for now. Grimbold, it's you to go.
Okay. I take a heavy breather at what's going on, and swing again.
Okay,
And-
swing down towards presumably the one in front of you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're still at numbering, so that's 30.
Yep.
I'm gonna let him roll first.
Let
and then
him roll
I'll
first. He's rocking a shield too. There's no way you're beating a natural 1.
I'll reroll
Yeah,
again.
dude. What?
No plan.
Really?
Feeling lucky. Ah, rubber ducky.
Oh.
Close.
Never lucky over
Close.
there.
A very good swing from you, even with the outnumbering bonus. Did you apply that, by the way?
Yeah, it was automatically applied. I mean, I applied it, don't worry.
Yeah,
So it's
okay.
+3.
Unfortunately, a lost test for you. He gains an advantage, putting you down to 0 again. Rough.
That sucks, dude.
A very good roll from him. Oleg,
Yeah, I
it's
don't
you to
know
go.
why you re-rolled on a 1, dude.
Taking the
He was feeling lucky.
swing
Yep.
with the boat hook at the warrior who is next to Roko.
Okay. Neither have an advantage right now, so that's looking pretty good for you. So
Okay.
no outnumbering for you. You do have 1 advantage, but it will calculate that automatically, so roll away.
Okay. There's a 10 modifier in my roll for some reason. Is that because of the advantage?
Yes, there
okay.
is.
Just making sure.
No worries. -1, let's see what he does.
Serious.
+2 to defend. So that's looking pretty good for him. That'll basically turn you to a -2. So currently looking like he's going to parry the blow to one side, easily deflecting your boat hook. You sticking with the roll?
Yep.
Okay. All right. Pop your advantage back. Let's go back again. It is Rogel to go.
Let's just keep on going.
Okay. You doing more darts?
Sure. Or I could do something else since I got 2 advantage now. Is that what I have? Yeah.
You do have 2 advantage.
I could try and make the guy in front of me drop his weapon. Or I could try and shoot him. I'll shoot him for now.
Okay.
I don't really know who.
The last one hurt them quite a bit, so your sneaky gnomish ways definitely do. That's 3 overcasts. So that's pretty cool. So you got 6, and your bonus was 6 as well, right? So that's
Yes.
12 damage. That's going to hurt them quite a bit. 12 damage. That's ending up as one of those. So, pow to the one next to you. Pow to the other.
Yeet
And
to
the one
left.
standing next to Shauna currently has one go straight between his eyes as he falls backwards with a mighty thud and the clang of his armour meeting with the ground. The other 2, well, that one keeps hold of his advantage because he is drilled, and you can gain yourself another one. Shauna, it's you to go.
Well, I'm gonna attack the one that's beneath Oleg.
Okay,
So
you can make yourself a swing, no outnumbering bonus now.
Why not?
Because he's engaged with you, but Oleg's engaged with someone else. So there's 3 of you in base contact with 2 of them. If
I
Grimvald
get
comes
the
to join in,
modifier.
you'll get the
4 of
bonus.
us, then yeah.
Yeah.
But currently with 3v2, there's no bonus.
Okay.
Okay,
+3.
+3, a decent roll. He's going to try and defend that with no SLs to speak of, and a very, very fluffed shield roll from himself. So you won by
That's
7,
10 from me.
6
I
because
have
of
a-
his shield. So
Yeah.
did you incorporate the shield? So what's your base damage?
My base damage is 7 plus 2. That's 9. Minus 4 from his success levels.
Yep.
That's
13.
13.
That's a decent swing. Right, okay, let's see if that's enough for finding. He's barely hanging on for dear life right now. That the blow goes straight through the shield, perhaps even shaving off a portion of it as it meets with his armor and slices into his flesh. He's still standing barely as he lets out a scream and cry in pain. He's still standing just. Right. It's that time again. Out of the darkness is a fumble. Let's see what happens. Ha! Okay. Fantastic. Fantastic. You hear a twang coming from the distance and shit! You don't exactly know what's happened, but something bad has happened over in the distance, and you get the feeling that Sigmar is perhaps watching over you.
Can we
Ronald.
pinpoint where exactly does it come from?
Down
Yeah,
south.
where did the clan?
Down south from the entrance where you came in from.
So from behind where they came from. Got it.
Exactly. Right, so Dwarf against Oleg now. So Dwarf's... Oh, God, this guy's looking rough. He's going to make one more swing against you, Oleg. And, a decent roll.
That's pretty good.
Damn, you
That'll be
little
plus
stunty
3
boy.
with your shield. Yeah.
Uh-oh. Alright, I'm just going to use weapon skill for my skill because I don't have points in parry, and it's not listing parry for the skill.
Fine, weapon skill will work just the same.
Right.
Okay, that's a tiebreaker.
With another 1 because of the shield itself.
Yeah, that's what puts it at a tiebreaker. So it's essentially 4 and 4, but because he's rolling on a 50 and you're rolling on a 46, he has the better target to try and beat, so he just barely manages to make the blow here. It's a real nail biter. You do get the armor of the shield, and it's only barely hitting you, so it's 8 damage in total, and you get to mitigate that against all 3 numbers.
Okay.
I'll leave that with you to do the maths and figure out what that ends
1
up
damage.
as. What was that, sorry?
1 damage.
1 damage. Wow.
With his toughness and his shield and his armor.
Okay, OLED the
7 mitigation.
beast. OLED the beast. Okay, that's awesome. So I'm going to have to start giving you guys more black powder enemies, I guess. The one to your right
He's only
now-
wearing leathers. He's just wearing leather. Come
The
on.
one to your right is going to swing at you as well now. And, well, he is going to do, basically repeating what the last one just did, trying to take a chop at you with his axe as well. Not a great solid blow, but so same again from you.
Same with the shield.
Yeah. -3. Okay.
Rerolling.
So you take him to a -1, but that's still a failure by 2.
I'm definitely rerolling that one.
Okay.
Yeah.
You'd take 2 damage from it, but it's up to you.
Yeah, I'll take the damage. Whatever.
Okay.
It's fine.
It's 2 damage this time. Congratulations. You are a monster. And
Tanky danky.
okay.
So, down to 16.
The only one who has a good vantage point down the corridor right now is Shauna. Another crossbow bolt goes flying just above your head, thump, landing in a post just beside you. Very close, didn't quite make its mark.
Can I guess the trajectory?
I'm gonna yell at the guy. You're getting worse, dude.
Directly south would be your trajectory. Directly south on the same side as you. So more slightly to the east. So directly down. Yeah, down that way, and you have no idea how far. Grimvold, it's you to go.
Okay. If I would move to here and charge this guy, would I get...
Yes, you would.
And would I... Okay.
You'd get an advantage, and you would get outnumbering.
Fair enough.
So I'll
That
add
is
your
what I shall
advantage,
do.
and outnumbering will just be a +20 to the test.
Mm-hmm. And that would be an attack with 30 in total. I accidentally closed my sheet, sorry.
You won't need to put the advantage in. That will be done automatically in the advantage section.
Roll.
Okay, he's rolled as well with a +2, +4 for you though, so you definitely managed to hit him. Given
So
how little health he has, he's got 1 hit point now, so the fact that you won the test means you will definitely deal 1 damage. You can only have damage reduced to 1. That is enough to smite him down as he lets out a sigh and scream in pain.
Yeah!
Good boy.
All right, and that concludes Grimvold's turn. Oleg, the tank, it is your turn.
Okay.
Bruder.
Literally, all that's coming out of his mouth while he's fighting is Bruder and sometimes both mumbling.
Yeah, I'll need some counseling.
Absolutely. All right. Normal boat hook roll. Outnumbering now.
Yes, 2 to 1
Because
in base contact, so you get +20 to the roll.
Okay, modifier 20. +7.
Okay.
8 plus 7 then? Oh no, you have the shield.
Have the shield. So it's going to be
So
8 plus
8 plus
6.
6. Yeah, so
14.
14.
14. Minus all of that. That is exactly what you needed to put this boat hook through this individual, straight through his body, leaving a huge hole and a sort of tearing gash as you peel it back out again. He falls to the floor with blood just spewing out of him. In the distance, you hear a scarpering noise. A few mumbles. And the next few seconds, no further bolts come your direction. Seems that all is clear.
Question.
Yes.
He lost his next action last round. Does he really get to run away?
Yes, he loses an action, not a movement.
Oh, okay.
So he can't sprint, but he can lightly
Oh,
jog
he can
out
run.
of here.
He can still run, which is far enough to leave.
Fair enough.
Right.
I say we get out of here.
I mean, you could give chase,
I
but
say we loot these bodies, bro. These guys
Yeah.
have gray beards.
Apart from that.
Will we be in trouble for this?
No.
At least we'll take care of it.
Yeah.
They attacked us, man.
I mean, we are in an
We kind of
illegal...
broke in.
Yeah.
The details
Well-
are not important. The loot is.
Okay, let's loot.
okay.
Wait, what did we come here in the first place? Like, we came here to look for evidence.
what's up.
You
Yeah.
found a pile of dead bodies inside a box.
Yeah, we did.
I think that speaks
Maybe
enough
there's
for
something
evidence.
deeper.
And I think, wait, didn't those tie loosely to the guy? Oh, what was his name?
The dude who sold us the
the
stuff
one
from
who-
the Golden Dog.
Yeah, the golden mug where the gambling is. Yes.
Well, you found the same equipment that on them that you had when you were going down in the ruins. That's
So maybe they're taking
Right.
it.
Yeah.
They
So-
could have bought from the same guy.
Yeah.
Are we
they could have
discussing
bought the
this
same
as we're
guy,
looting?
Or
Yeah.
okay. So having a little discussion, looking around, the lighting on their helmets is starting to fade as they've been knocked to the floor. So you'll need to. There is a tiny bit of illumination still coming from a small lantern in the ceiling, so you're just about able to make out what's sort of going on in your surroundings. Looting through the bodies, every single one of these dwarfs is wearing chainmail from head to toe. Helmet, trousers, arms. It would be somewhat difficult for the leggings to fit any of you, but otherwise from the torso up, it would pretty much fit a human, but it would probably have a bit of like your belly poking through.
Crop top.
Every one of them
armor.
also has a helmet with a candle attached. So there are three candles. There are 3 shields of shield quality 2. There are 3 hand axes, which, looking at them, seem to be a very uniform manufacture and make.
Any markings on any of this to show their allegiance?
Make
Evaluate.
make an intelligence test with plus 20.
Okay.
I can do that.
Any of you looking at the corpses can do so, just to see what strikes you as out of the ordinary.
So,
The
difficulty average.
yeah,
What? How did I fail that still?
okay.
76.
So Rogel and Oled look at the bodies, don't really see anything they've got in common. Shauna, however, points out that all of them have a beard that has been trimmed in the same fashion. It has been tied into 3 separate sort of dangles going down to their waist. Forgive me for not knowing the correct terminology for a beard.
Of course, Shauna would notice style
Yeah.
and fashion.
Indeed. That's the only thing
You're-
these 3 seem to have in common. Otherwise, they're wearing pretty similar attire. It looks like they're wearing a uniform, but it seems to be something very familiar to the other dwarfs you've seen of this area. In terms of going through the bodies in a little more detail, a couple of them have some rings, so you do get 3 silver rings and a total of 10 silver. These don't seem to be carrying a lot of cash on them, just some small change. looting through their pockets quickly.
So just to recap, they each wear mail coats and mail coifs with a small add-on attachment for light.
There's no light, it's just full mail.
No, I mean like on the helmets, didn't you say they had
yes,
caps?
yes. Sorry, I thought you meant the quality for the weapon. No, yeah, there is basically a space on the helmet for a candle to go on the top of it.
Okay. I have just about enough to pick up the coat. One coat. And that about does it.
I'm taking the rings.
Yes, I'm gonna bag the coat.
Okay, you'll take the coat from one of them that wasn't stabbed through the chest, so it's in better condition.
Mm-hmm.
And likewise, the rings and 10 pieces of silver are taken. There is still no noise from around you. Everything is quiet. What are you going to do?
And the helmets, again, those are chain coifs?
Yes.
They're not actual helmets?
Yeah, they're chain coifs, but with sort of like a
candle
a
spot,
built-in
right.
attachment, let's say, sort of like a little bit of metal. It's not quite a plate helmet, it's still chain, but...
Mm-hmm. All right. Oleg's not going to take anything.
I
Okay.
took the rings.
You've been here now for about 2 minutes, searching around, maybe 3.
Should
Okay, so
I think we should go deeper.
We should check the
You
side
think we should
tunnels before we leave.
yeah, I agree. Check the side tunnels.
Really quickly
going
before
to
reinforcements come.
unshutter the lamp so we've got better lighting again.
Okay. I will do that for you. We'll go up to... There you
That'll
go.
work.
You have a little bit more lighting now. So
And we already
you're
went-
basically free to explore. I just did that from a roleplay point of view. You're not actually going anywhere because I haven't done maps for all of these. But you pick a tunnel that you haven't gone into and spend a minute looking down. Looks more like an ordinary mine shaft. So there's a few pickaxes on the side. These appear to be sort of pretty worn and, well, clearly well used. And you can still see the similar sort of veins of perhaps silver on the walls surrounding you. The mine shaft seems to go on for some 30 metres, but then you are met with an area where clearly they had mined no more. And the last tunnel, that actually concludes all 3. There is only the one that continued to go down, which you had not completely gone down into.
Well, we can try going down.
Or we can try leaving before they come back with more reinforcements.
But I want the cash.
Having
You can get the cash later.
spent a few minutes rummaging through the bodies, and a minute or 2 as well walking into this mine shaft to see what's there and coming back, as you arrive back into the central shaft again, you can hear a noise coming from the entrance. A familiar clang of metal. Instead, this time a little louder, and the patter of boots on the floor. This time
How about-
heavier.
This is always because you want to loot bodies, brother.
But we can sell it for the money, yeah, we need the
I'm
money.
gonna channel Ugu.
Dumb.
You can hear a
Yeah.
large quantity of footfall now. It's
It's GTFO.
Yep.
I'm going to dim the lantern, and you said there was further downwards to go.
yeah, that
which
shaft just
Yeah.
kept on
hidden
going
for.
that you were trying to hide in, so you basically
Let's
didn't
go.
go all the way down.
Yeah,
Let's
we're
go
going
very
down.
stealthily.
Okay,
Yeah, Fauna is extremely stealthy.
okay. So are you dimming the lantern right the way down, or are you going pitch black?
Dimming it just enough to where I can see, and also focusing it forward ahead of me only, so anybody behind
Perfect.
us wouldn't be able to see it.
Very smart. So, the group of you make your way down. Again, that 30-degree decline to begin with. A little bit difficult to keep your footing, uncomfortable to move through. Then it gets steeper and steeper. I'm going to ask you all to make me an agility test to see if you can hold your footing.
Or is agility?
Do you want us to change the difficulty on it?
Oh, AG.
Agility.
Flat, no bonuses.
Okay.
That was very close. Okay. Oof. Oof. Okay. Okay.
Well, in our defense, our feet are still busted.
They
Yeah.
are indeed. As you are making your way down this tunnel, the loose pebbles beneath your feet start to give way. Rogel, moving somewhat more cautiously than the rest and being somewhat smaller and lighter, able to keep your footing. Grimwald, your foot starts to give, starts to wiggle a little bit. I'm going to start rolling some dice now.
Start killing us as well.
Grimwald, you take 3 damage as your foot gives out, and this will be modified by the SL, sliding down. So basically, after your toughness bonus, you don't take any damage. Shauna, that's 12 damage, modified by your toughness.
So my toughness is 35, so I guess 3.
Yep.
So that's
9.
9.
And 10 damage modified by your toughness, not by your armor, to Oleg.
Okay, so it's gonna be 6.
Shauna's almost dead.
So basically what's happening here is you guys are trying to make your way down very carefully. One of your foot goes out, sliding forward. Let's say, well, both Shauna and Oleg did pretty bad. Oleg did the worst, so Oleg, foot gives out moving first, and you start sliding down, the light going with you. Seconds later, Shauna, not seeing where she's able to put her feet easily, follows suit. Grimwald, sliding down a little bit, seems to do it slightly more graciously, almost staying on his back the entire way, not getting caught by any rocks on the way down. This goes on for probably another 20 meters in what feels like at times it could almost be nearly a vertical drop. Shallows out slightly at the end, but you come out at the bottom rough and tumbled, looking somewhat worse for wear.
Especially me.
The scenery here, though, is familiar to you. It takes a few seconds to gather yourselves, but it looks like you're back in the ruins. At least a familiar cave structure.
Can we find our orientation using a map? And did we get a compass?
No, but guess
We
what I
got a
can do?
drawn-on map from the guy.
No, yeah.
Get a Rogel.
You don't
we
have a
got a
compass. You do have a Rogel. And with a nose like that,
And with a nose like
you
that,
can basically smell which way is north.
yes,
Let's have your cast. Yeah, +6. So you're even after going down this winding passage, you can orientate yourself to get this is because you got +6, by the way. It would not have been so good otherwise, but you're even pretty sure which way the exit is, as in to go back up the stairs of the ruins.
after spending so much time with that map that the dwarf drew for us, yeah, I can tell you that I can pretty much know the way out once I know north.
Good stuff. Good
I
stuff.
like it.
So,
Someone help me move. I can't anymore.
Oleg, make me a 6th sense. Let's see how your tummy's feeling.
Oh, tummy, be nice to us.
Daddy's yummy in your tummy.
Oh God,
Stop.
no!
No.
So much cringe. I almost
See?
don't want him to
Oh,
roll.
like-
Yeah,
Oleg feels fine.
you feel fine.
He's,
You feel
he's too
fine.
busy picking rocks out of his skin.
Okay.
As I'm standing up, I tell them, "Her Buddha, all these times falling sure helped me break my fall. You should have fell more in life instead of swimming in water." Haha.
Yeah.
Will one of you shut up and help me up?
I give a hand to Shauna.
Okay.
How badly is she hurt from 1 to 10?
I have 3 health.
I want to check our surroundings, so
She looks pretty
Like-
fucked up. Yeah. She's not dead yet, but
ooh,
pretty messed up. Rogel, as you snoop around your surroundings, Ogle, on that note, anyone that wants to have a look around, make a perception test.
please, thank-
Anyone that's not got dark vision, -20. So Oleg and Rogel will roll normally.
as I fail.
As everyone fails.
Oh man.
Oh, wow. Yeah, you don't... It's a tunnel. It's dark. You can't see much. You're a bit paranoid. Keep the lights down. Don't want to turn them up too light. You don't see anything unusual, but Rogel's pretty confident of which way you're supposed to be going, so it's up to you as you want.
Come on, guys. Let's go this way. No, I don't do that at all.
It's about a 10-minute journey to take you back to the stairs, as you find out as you arrive. Along the journey, all seems quiet. No rustling in the backgrounds, none of you pick up on anything unusual. Not any sign of anyone following you either. And you make your way up the stairs. It's a long climb, especially with someone that's just been battered and bruised from a long fall. But you make your way to the top and knock on the door for them to open. Not that on that point. We'll go back to
the big map.
Wait, before we knock on the door, like we're at the door where there's customs check and they're about to check us for any.
The same door.
Yeah,
And we
okay.
never
So
paid
before,
to go down.
yeah. Can we make like before we knock on the door? Can we make up a backstory, like what the fuck just happened and how we got in?
I mean, we can just say we were down in the ruins again.
But yeah, but they would have remembered seeing us.
Unless it was a shift change.
Yeah, unless it was shift change.
But
Even has shift changes?
I don't know. We
I don't know. We don't know. So what do we tell them?
In any case, I'm so battered that they believe anything, I guess.
Or they just kill us on the spot.
Yeah.
Bruder, let's just say that we got drunk and we don't know how we ended up in the ruins, but we will happily pay the entry fee on our exit as well.
Also, as a question, do I still have the crossbow?
Just tell them that we were hanging out with Higa King and we woke up in the ruins and we don't know what the hell happened.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or we went to the Crystal Palace and got shit-faced and now we're here.
Okay.
Do I still have a crossbow bolt in my leg?
I'll assume you've pulled it out by now.
Yeah, okay.
It fell out in the fall.
Yeah, probably.
Maybe that's why it hurt her so much.
Woke up, slid down a rock wall, and made her way back.
Okay. Well, it's a story.
She drank too much.
You knock on the door. Would you like a break, or are you good to continue?
I'm fine.
We'll
I'm
carry
fine
on.
as well.
You knock on the door. The same two that have welcomed you out of the ruins before open the door.
Like immediately as they notice us, like I'm gonna be like extremely acting like
Make a charm test.
Oh boy.
Wouldn't it be entertaining in this case because like
I'd allow you to do entertain if you wish, because you're trying to do some theatricals. I'll allow you that.
any bonuses because
What are you doing?
so basically I'm trying to be like acting with a like I have a headache and I don't know where I'm like this is us. We somehow and like immediately they open up the door like we found ourselves in the ruins, please help us. Something like that.
I'll give you a +10 because you look fine.
No, but my head hurts from all the alcohol, see? And they don't
No,
know that.
right, hangover style headache, right.
Yeah, hangover style headache.
Yeah, if you can act a bit drunk, I'll give you +20.
Okay, so how do I even act drunk? Like I'm just wiggling around everywhere.
Yeah, it's more of a body language thing. It's more of a body language thing, so... Okay.
Like I just wiggle around, like miss my stepping, miss my footing, and try to bump on the doors as much as I can. And I'm going to re-roll that because
Yeah.
Wow, that was terrible. Wow,
Nice.
that's amazing.
That's better. That's better. You remember all of a sudden what it feels like to be drunk. Staggering left and right, leaning up on your brother's shoulder. It's telling a bit of a story. The two of them look deeply confused right now, eye you up and down for nearly 30 seconds before either of them say a word. What? Did you let them in? No, I did not. Did you? No, it wasn't me. Well, what did you find? Looks like you've been battered up.
we found some troubles, and then we found our
We
way
fell
out
along.
using his nose, but we are very hurt, and we would like to we would even pay whatever we didn't before. I don't remember how we got here.
Yeah, we don't remember how we got here. We were drinking and.
I really need some medical assistance. Please hurry up.
Bunch of wazzigs. Right, on the table. Empty your loot.
And... Okay.
Yeah.
You come out of the ruins, you're going to have to show them what you've got in your bags.
Yeah, I'd show them nothing, but
Yep.
I show them the rings.
They're gonna recognize that they're dwarf.
Oh, yeah.
You're
Yeah.
irrelevant.
I forgot.
It's fine. They can pay us for them then.
Grim?
I mean, I show them the things that I got previously, like the last time they saw us. Otherwise, do they check our bags? Do they?
Yes, they do. They want
How
your
about
bags
them?
to be emptied on the table.
Well, empty the bags on the table.
Yeah.
What's in his bag?
he took that. He took that chainmail. Yeah.
Yeah.
Where did you find this?
I think
As he's pointing at a suit of dwarven chainmail that
Yeah.
has a bit of blood on it.
Look, meine Freund, we don't know how we got into the down there. I wish I could tell you, but I found it. Like, I found it in me.
My brother, he has the headaches from the drinking because he is weak. But you
Right.
see, we did find this chainmail on our way back. We stumbled over a big rat, big rat, and he had the chainmail in his grasp. And we
I-
thought we could use it to help pay our way out.
also there was a nest, or like a nestly thing, where we found the rings. I believe that Redman did this, whatever this is.
They talk to each other
Should I roll a charm?
for a few seconds,
Yeah.
conversing and mumbling. You can roll a charm.
Okay.
That's a good roll.
Let me roll as well.
Longbeard number 1 doesn't really seem to care particularly. Longbeard number 2 looks a little bit more curious, but so you've got a -1 and a +4, so that'll put you at a +3 in total. That is enough to convince them of your story. However, you say you found it then. Right. Well, as you found it and it's got fresh blood on it, chances are it belongs to someone that just went down there. I'll take it and find out who it was. He takes the chainmail coat from you.
Okay.
Let me remove it from my trappings.
But you're
What
not
about the ring?
murdered on the spot, so well done.
What about the rings?
Did you show him the rings?
Well, we
Well,
checked
I emptied
everything
my
in.
bag.
Yeah, he takes them.
Okay.
You keep the 10 silver, but
It's alright, we already have friendship rings still in construction.
that could have gone a lot worse.
That means if we end up going back down there a third time while we have our friendship rings, they're going to confiscate them on our way back.
Duh. We take the friendship rings and we leave this place.
Yeah.
I agree.
Right. Well, I don't know. Perhaps pop down the temple. You look a state. Points towards Shauna.
What?
It's
No, you
true.
cut
Go
off
get
for me.
yourself
Pretty
seen at the
terrible.
temple. You look like an absolute state. And the
Thank
two of them
you.
close the door behind you and allow you to go on your way.
I need a doctor.
Oleg is going to offer a shoulder to Shauna.
Thank
they
you.
both
Like as we're walking to the temple, I'm gonna suggest to everyone that I run over to our fair lady Magirius and inform her of what just happened. And
Yeah.
I'll go with you.
and I try to do it so stealthily as to avoid any guardsmen, any sort of types of dwarves that might recognize us.
If one of you could go speak with Mr. Dronaz as well.
Yeah, we'll go talk to him after Elise.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
You two go to the temple. We'll go speak to Elise and Durnaz.
It's always you and me all together.
That's going to have to be said again. Afraid that came out as like Chinese to me. Right, on your way to... Are you going to the temple first, or are you doing Elise's stuff?
No, me and the Rogel are doing
Right.
Elise.
So,
Yeah,
Shauna...
no, not in that way.
Giggity goo. Right, so Shauna, as you step into the temple, Hilliger quickly rushes up to you, seeing that you are not too far from death's door, and quickly lays you up on a bed. Goody gumdrops for you. You manage to heal... healing wounds, so that's a decent amount of SL. Right, so... equal to, for each... I want to look at the healing action, medical attention. Healing skill. Apologies, it's not where I thought it was in the book. I'd looked it up, but... I'll give you... Take 12 wounds. Just to save looking it up for now.
Yeah.
And I'll look it up again in a second, and we'll double check that. Oleg, are you getting yourself tended to as well?
Yes.
Okay. It's going to be a separate heal test, unfortunately. So let's see how well she can look after an OLED. Not too bad. 9 wounds. Right. So the two of you managed to get yourself seen to rather quick. Grimwald, Rogel, you have a quick ask around for where Elise is. She's inside the Miner's Bounty.
We head to the Miner's Bounty.
Head to the Miner's Bounty. You find her within her room, writing down some memos, and knock on the door. She asks you inside. Ah, hello. Have you had any joy?
Elise, we have to talk very quickly, very fast. We went to the... Hold on, I look around. Like, wait, this is inside her room, or...?
This is inside her room. There's a little bit of cheering from downstairs, but you can hear a little bit of noise within the tavern, but not too much.
I shut the door, make sure the coast is clear, and then I tell her, Elise, we don't have much time. We're probably in danger, but you don't know. But this is the following things that happened inside that little closed shaft. We went inside, and immediately we were met by a crate which had human corpses inside the crate. Where were the corpses from? Like they were supposed to be
from people who had equipment from the Golden Mug. So it seems like they were adventurers that had died down in the ruins.
Yeah, and as we got inside, we were met by a patrol of dwarves, and we kind of accidentally killed 3 of them. And we might now be wanted because we don't know if they saw our faces or anything at all, but we might be in trouble.
This is concerning. I do not trust. Something is happening here. They will not open the mine, and they attack people who go inside. You say there were some bodies inside.
Yeah.
What can you tell me about them? So, what do you know? Could you establish who they were?
I think there was nothing we picked up. Like, was there anything that we picked up? Because I don't think there was.
You had one insignia of where they were from, which seemed to be Helmgart.
Aha.
Which Shauna recognised. That's the only information you got on it.
Thanks. So we got a little insignia which had the emblem of Helmgart. I don't know if that helps you.
Is there any dwarves you trust around here? Perhaps you could ask who they were. Perhaps
We were about
will.
to head over there.
Yes. Perhaps if you can look into this, perhaps they were deserving of their fate, or perhaps the dwarves were up to something. I do not know, but if you can find out any more, then we can see what sort of action might be taken.
At least in the off chance that the dwarves attack and capture us, and it brings danger to you. What? How do we deal with this?
I will be fine. They will not hurt
Go
her.
to Clandronaz.
Yeah, go to Clan Jonas then.
A
We get her
lawyer here
and-
will be safe, but if you think I will be safer there, I will relocate myself. She
Yeah, I
agrees to
believe they're on our
relocate.
side.
Yeah, she agrees to relocate to Clandronaz with you and walks on over with you if that's where you're headed now.
Yeah.
Yes, that's
Yeah.
where we're
Try
going
to
next.
hide as much as possible, like if any sort of patrol, if any sort of type of
Okay.
dwarf person tries to come up.
Make a
try.
perception test as you walk your way along.
Oof, this is gonna be bad. Here, I'll just help you. Okay. What does that give them in terms of bonus?
Yeah, do we the difficulty, and do we get any bonuses?
No bonuses, flat test.
Flat
Oh
test.
no.
You can all roll.
Can Elise roll as well?
I don't actually have an NPC for her, but I'll just roll a D100.
Elise, open your eyes.
Sorry, I've
Oh my god!
I've keeping my head down so they don't recognize me. No, as you're walking
Don't
across,
any of you have hoods?
everything
I
seems
don't
fine.
think any of us rolled under 90.
You all walk over to Clandronaz with your eyes on the ground, not even looking like more than 2 feet from your side. You haven't the foggiest. But you're welcomed into Clandronaz by a couple of guards.
Do the guards do anything suspicious to us, or?
Make an intuition test. Rogel, nose for trouble.
Ooh, yes, I can. Yay, nose for trouble.
Yes.
Well done, Grimmy. Well done.
Oh no.
You give them an idle grim and they just seem like 2 fairly grumpy dwarfs having a fairly ordinary, miserable day. They don't seem particularly bothered by you being there.
Okay. So we just move past them then.
Yeah, they allow you into
Greet
the
them.
door. They
We greet
basically
them.
standing
Mallet.
guard.
Okay. So then, all formalities aside, we greet them, go in, try to look for.
No. Xanarak's round in his room. And sure enough, by his table, which is not oak but stone, it was the lighting last time which cast a strange shadow on it, because I got told off for breaking canon for that. It is a big stone table in his room. It's currently, and you can see he's laid out the armor now on the side of the room. It's sort of hung up together and sort of all in loosely assembled. He seems to have attached a few other pieces, but basically he's got a suit of armor now on the side of his room with a weapon hanging above it. Hello again. What's going on?
Hello, Master Dwarf. I see you changed the table.
Yeah. I had this one in restoration for a day. I had to make do with some filthy, hungry wood bastard one. It was crap. Anyway, you look like you've seen an axe or two. And what happened to your leg?
I don't want to talk about it.
I do. What happened?
Somebody.
Okay, so long story short, we went in the place we weren't supposed to go, yeah. And we saw a couple of human corpses there, which I think we probably shouldn't have seen them. And then a couple of dwarves came in and tried to clean us up.
They had gray beards too, right?
Yeah, they had really. Do you know, Master Dwarf, of any clan that has beards that are that are shortly trimmed and have 3 knots tied?
3 days.
I know a few of my kin down in the barracks that sport that particular fashion. I'm not familiar with any club that they formed or any clan.
Okay, because all of them had the same, all of them had their beard in that specific fashion. And we kind of more or less they attacked us, and yeah, we had to fight for our lives, and they lie dead now in the mine, but we might be in trouble.
Was
Right.
Did
Also,
you
one
Smith
of
killed
the
her? He had the 3-prong beard as well.
Yeah, 3 knots.
Right. What else did you find in this mine?
We found that the mine connects to the ruins,
Right.
and we assumed that the dead bodies were from adventurers and somehow they ended up there where they shouldn't have been.
Dead bodies of what? Who?
It appears they were, like, I don't know, maybe they delved, like, they had the equipment that you usually buy when you go inside the depths, but they had,
Yeah.
like,
human?
insignias. Yeah, human. And they had insignias from Helmgard.
Yeah.
Helmgard. Seems the last lot of mine, the expedition that went down there before you weren't so fortunate. What did you make of their wounds? How did they die?
Oh, I remember seeing something about their wounds, but I remember you telling
Clean
us.
cuts. They'd been hacked.
Yeah, they were hacked, Master Dwarf. Clean cuts. Really gruesome. And we found them inside a box. That was really strange.
Something intelligent killed them, basically.
Yeah.
I've suspected something for a while. Orders the other dwarfs outside of the room for a second. Have a seat. You too, Elise. The mine's been closed for a while. I'm aware of gossip of dwarfs strolling in and out. Mainly warriors and fighters. I'd assumed that they'd met with some greenskins or rat folk, but nobody ever spoke of it. But there's been fewer and fewer adventurers coming back from the ruins. And if you found some of their bodies, and if you say the mine leads down into the catacombs, I think we know what's been happening to the adventurers.
Dwarves killing adventurers? That seems highly unlikely.
Not if those adventurers found something that
They shouldn't.
they didn't want customs to get a hold of.
Ooh.
Maybe they're smuggling dwarf artifacts past customs.
Not every Dawi here is as comfortable with the process that we've developed. There are those that, let's say, strongly objected into the expeditions to the ruins, claiming that any items down there were possessions of the Dawi. That they are, groups such as yourself have helped where we have not been able to. I am, as you would say, one of the supporters of these. Thulgrim, however, has been the most adamant that the expeditions are to be ceased. However, he's lacked the number of votes to secure such an act. Thus, I've had my suspicions. For a while, at least. I have a feeling he's something to do with this. He ponders to himself for a while. If he's slaying Ungi down in the mines, then he has a steep price to pay. He picks up his axe from beside him. I do not want to ask much of you, but you've proven yourselves worthy to me. I am going to go and speak with him.
I think that's a bad idea.
It's a bad idea.
Yes, it probably is. He starts taking the armor off of the mannequin beside him. Starts buckling it up slowly. If we have an Oathbreaker sitting on our seat as our Thane, that needs to be dealt with.
Do you need backup?
Yeah, that is where we come in. And I rub my hands.
Yeah, but aren't you guys like damaged?
We
You're
healed.
damaged goods right now.
I'm not exactly sure if you're brave or stupid.
No, but I
I'm
would say I'm
excited.
I'm lucky, Mr. Dwarf.
A beautiful mix of stupid and brave at the same time, and
Okay.
with a dash of luck.
I normally don't do stuff like this, but I guess I could help.
Perhaps
This is worrying, but I don't.
Will we have some rewards after this? Is the question.
It depends if you live. He
Yeah.
smiles at you.
Maybe we should go ask the Slayer friend for help. He probably dislikes Oathbreakers, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe a giant ogre would be nice on their side.
Not a bad idea. You go speak with them. I'll be an hour preparing. Keep your heads down. Meet me back
Aye.
here.
We'll at least
Alright.
be safe here.
Aye. I've got enough long beards here to keep us safe. Nobody's coming into Clan Droners.
All right. So
Is on.
Right. So I presume you go for a small walk back to
Yeah,
Morgrim.
but before we do that, I put on my hood.
Okay. Oh, all of you going?
Yep.
Okay. You all go for a stroll.
you guys are gonna be meeting us back here, right? I don't think I should go. Well, I guess I can go. Fine. Whatever. No splitting.
I don't think it's dangerous with an ogre. But you're pretty tiny. Nobody can see you.
We
Maybe.
need our rifle cannon.
I'll just sneak then, I guess. How's that?
Fair enough.
Okay. So you go for a walk. Make another perception test as you walk back.
Oof. Now everybody can perceive.
Accepted.
Skills.
Oh, come on, man.
Okay.
Great.
Shauna, wearing your hood, you feel slightly more secure. Peeping around to your sides, you don't notice anyone that has locked your attention, but running into the Great Hall, you see a dwarf in a bit of a rush. It's the only thing that strikes you as out of the ordinary. A dwarf running through the street is not a particularly common sight.
I inform the guys. Do I recognize the dwarf? Have I seen him
You only
before?
saw him from behind.
Okay.
He goes inside. You don't see any more or hear any more. The door's closed behind him. Right. Moments later, you arrive at Morgrim. Ah, hello again. Welcome back. You going for another trip?
Oh,
Afraid not.
we have more dangerous issues.
Pressing matters.
Really?
Yeah.
Something needs slaying.
Yeah.
How do you feel about Oathbreakers?
Depends on the oath, but I broke mine and thus this is my fate.
What if you were to hear that the Thane was murdering Delvers?
He looks beside you, side to side, and sort of indicates with his hand to hush a little bit, pulls you in a little bit closer to him. What do you mean?
We mean
Yeah.
we mean that we're about to confront him for this, and
But-
we're looking for more allies.
He sits in his seat all day.
Mr. Morgam, yeah. Let us say we went to that little closed off mine, yeah?
Right.
And let us say we found corpses of 4 humans, Ungi in your language, yeah?
Aye.
And they were hacked, clean cuts. And as we were about to leave, dwarves came our way and attacked us, yeah? And we were speaking with Clan Dronas, yeah? And he basically wants to go over to Zitane and have a little talk about this thing.
Also, the mine
Because-
connects to the ruins.
Yeah, the mine connects to the ruins as well. Yeah, that's important. So
Right. Well, if he's an oathbreaker, and you say you can prove it, I'm willing to
Yes.
listen at least. If he does not accept his punishment, if he is found to be guilty, I'll help. Make a charm test, though.
Yeah.
All of us? One of those?
Whoever's making a charm, if one of you make a charm, make it with a plus 30.
Oh, I didn't add plus 30, but that's a success.
That's
Yeah.
fine.
So that's
Aye.
plus 4 if it's plus 4.
Yeah, it'll be a +4.
As long as everything is done properly, then I will come along for the entertainment, if nothing else.
Sanrak Dronas would be doing the confrontation. We are just
That is
there to
about
make
that.
sure he is okay.
Yeah, everything goes okay.
Right. Very well. Grabs his axe. Nudges Brutus with the hilt of it. Brutus, we're going for a walk. Got another Oathbreaker. Let's go say hello. And with that, going to take a little break.